Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. It's almost the end of the year, so let's get right to it. At SONNYS place, Sabrina asks Michael if he's made any decisions about the baby. Michael tells her how he hates being lied to, especially after what Kiki did to him, lying over and over and over again, and how he thought Sabrina was different. He also says again how biology wouldn't have mattered to him if she had just told the truth from the beginning, which I also was saying, so I just want to pat myself on the back one more time for that. He puts together that she knew before he proposed and that's why she turned him down. And Sabrina tells him how she loves him, and he says he thought he wanted this, this family with her, but he's not sure of anything anymore, except that she lied. He's really hung up on the whole lying thing. She says she'll always regret lying to him. He offers to help financially, and she says she doesn't want his money, she just wanted him, and that she's moving back in with Felix. He gives her a present that was under the tree for the baby, and she leaves. At the QUARTERMAINES, Tracy had Alice pack Paul's stuff, and he's out of there. He wants to clarify what she walked in on at the gala. Yeah, okay. She plans on telling Dillon exactly why Paul's out of there if he asks. Paul doesn't want to lose their friendship. Aw, he wants another chance. That's so great. Tracy blames herself for another bad decision. He says he wanted to reconnect with Dillon and her, and if she read more into it than that, then he's sorry. Okay. Definitely. She calls him out on just trying to salvage something, because if she tells that he's sleeping with Ava Jerome, he'll lose his job or go to prison. At Robin and Patrick's place. Yay! There's a small Mac and Robin reunion. Then Anna and Mac leave, and Sam walks in on Patrick and Robin hugging. Sam apologizes for just walking in because she thought that he was on an indefinite leave of absence, and she was just dropping off an ornament from Danny, and she asks if he and Robin are back together. Robin tells her it's a convoluted story and Patrick should be the one to tell her. She also thanks Sam for being so great with Emma, and then leaves to go to a doctor's appointment. Patrick tells Sam that there's hope for he and Robin. Off screen he explains the whole situation with Robin being held captive, and he blames himself for being so angry that he didn't think to look into it further of why she left them. And Sam relates his experience to her not seeing Jason right in front of her face. Patrick attributes Robin's rescue to their breakup and her feelings for Jason, but she won't take any credit in the Robin rescue, and Sam's happy that him and Robin, and because they're each other's true love, just like Jason is her true love, On the bridge, Mac and Anna talk about the case and Robin, and Mac gets a call from the assistant medical examiner, and he can prove that Sloan is dead. And they put together the whole plan, and where Sloan, Carlos, and Paul played parts, down to the last detail. It's actually really impressive. Anna puts together that, Sloan went to meet Paul to tell him everything, and, had Carlos's ID, and, then Paul just tied up a loose end with Sloan, and, planted Carlos's ID on Sloan's body. It's really impressive, so now all they have to do is prove it. At the hospital, Nikolas has woken up, and Hayden's there with him. Hayden's feeding Nick the line about Jason trying to kill him, and Liz walks in. Nick asks Elizabeth if she saved his life. Hayden keeps trying to push that Jason deliberately tried to kill him. Hayden also questions... Okay, so Elizabeth is Nikolas, tell them that Jason, it wasn't intentional, that, Jason didn't do this on purpose. Because, I don't think she believes that Jason really didn't do it on purpose, Does that make sense? Okay. Double negatives. I didn't want to accidentally say something I didn't mean to say. So Hayden questions why Nikolas should protect Jason, and Elizabeth says he was just reacting to what the three of them have done to him, and Hayden's like, the three of us, Nikolas was just keeping the secret for you. And personally, I think Nikolas told Elizabeth the secret about Jason because he knew that Elizabeth wouldn't tell anyone and be selfish and keep the secret. That's just me. Okay. Anyone else think that? So Elizabeth takes responsibility for keeping the secret and setting this whole thing in motion, even though my theory says differently. And Elizabeth doesn't believe Jason. Oh, I already said that. Because she wants. Okay, anyway. Nikolas. Okay, so Elizabeth leaves. It's just Hayden and Nikolas now, and he's totally different. 180, just alert, awake, everything. And he's calculating his strategy and how they can play it to their advantage. And she asks how long he was faking, and he says he just took advantage of his real his real injury to bide his time to figure out what works the best for them. So Robin's at the hospital. Robin and Liz talk about Jake, and then Robin mentions Liz's engagement. Elizabeth says that Jason broke off the engagement when he found out that she knew who he was and lied about it. And Robin asks why she would do that. Like, Robin's literally just like holding a mirror up to her. So Elizabeth says she lied because when she met him, he was a man without a past, and she found love with him, and she knew once everybody found out he was Jason, they would drag him back into his old life, particularly back to Sam, and she lied to keep him with her, and she knows it was selfish and unfair, but she would do it again, which I think speaks volumes. And Robin just hugs her, because she says, like, Elizabeth's just punishing herself enough, so why should she pile on? At the park, Spinelli runs up to Jason and says how happy he is to see him. And Jason is bothered because it doesn't bother Spinelli that he nearly killed a person. So Spinelli uses the nickname Stone Cold, and then they talk about how Jason never liked that nickname, and Jason's like, I've been having trouble controlling my temper, and I don't want to like blow up at you for something as trivial as a nickname. So then they talk about how Liz knew and didn't tell anyone, and Spinelli asks how it is between he and Sam. Jason says he feels guilty for thinking Sam had an agenda and Elizabeth was honest when the opposite was true, and he also feels bad for how he treated her and doesn't know if the person he was will ever come back. When Jason does something, and basically Jason's saying, like, when he does something that shocks himself, nobody else blinks an eye because they expect it from him, and that freaks him out. Which I can see that, everybody knows him better than he knows himself, and that's hard for him. So Spinelli's ready to give Jason the benefit of the doubt and trust his story on its face. The story about Nikolas and Jason, and how Jason says that Nikolas punched him first. So Jason asks Spinelli what he's done to deserve this loyalty, and Spinelli says, like, he asked Jason what he knows of himself, and basically it boils down to, like, I kill people for Sonny. And Spinelli tries to elaborate on his noble intentions, and he also says that Jason's the fairest person he ever met, and those who call him a killer don't know him, and he'll still be his friend even if he doesn't get his memory back. And then Jason tells Spinelli that he can see why his friendship meant so much to him, and it still does, which is just a great way to end the year. It's the last week. Anyway, but end scene, speaking of the last. So Tracy won't leak the story about Paul and Ava Jerome because it would make her look stupid, and she will find a way to pay him back eventually. He wants to leave on amicable terms, but not gonna happen. Sam tells Patrick what happened between Jason and Nikolas, and Patrick doesn't try to, like, defend Nikolas or anything, like, because Sam says Nikolas started, or I think Nikolas started it, and Patrick's like, well, I know better than to say any different, and they hug, and they say how much they meant to each other, and it's a really nice way of ending things between them, and she leaves. Nikolas doesn't want to give any more statements to the police until they figure out what works best for them, and Liz sees them scheming, he and Hayden. And then Robin runs into Jason on the bridge but doesn't recognize him. She apologizes. She's like, sorry, usually no one's up here, and she goes to leave, but he recognizes her, and she in turn is like, Jason? Because she's never seen this face, remember? Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And also, I have a link in the description to our YouCaring campaign to help save the sanctuary. We're doing the $1 challenge. You donate $1, then challenge a friend too. It's fun. Great way to end the year on, like, a charitable note. Get it all in for 2015 because it's almost 2016. Oh my goodness, I can't even. But I will see you tomorrow for more Drama Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!